Welcome to a new episode of the Southeast Asia IPR SME Helpdesk video podcast. My name is Valentina Salmoiraghi. Today we are going to discuss the IPR related developments in Myanmar. On behalf of the Southeast Asia IPR SME Helpdesk, I would like to welcome the IP expert Mrs. Wai Yeng, Intellectual Property Manager at Calvin Kia Partnership. Thank you for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Mrs. Chan, to begin with, could you please provide our viewers a short introduction to the current IP landscape in Myanmar? How is the country positioned in comparison with international IP legal framework standards?
Unfortunately, IP registrations are not yet available in Myanmar. Myanmar is currently not a member to the Paris Convention for the Protection of Industrial Property or any other multilateral trademark treaty. However, we can see some steps being made towards better IP protection since Myanmar is now drafting its first IP laws. The government has issued draft laws for industrial designs, patents, trademarks, and copyright, inviting participation from the public and initiating consultations. These improvements on the IP landscape will have a significant impact on business success, and they should make Myanmar a more attractive country for investments because IP owners will be better able to protect and preserve their IP rights in the country.
Good to hear that these IP developments are taking place. Indeed, IP landscape is closely related to business objectives in general, because if a company's innovations are guaranteed protection in the target country, it is more willing to expand to this market. And how are the trends in terms of European SMEs expanding or planning to engage with Myanmar? Is there any increased interest in this regard?
In 2015, the EU export of goods to Myanmar exceeded 500 million, and the imports from Myanmar were over 600 million euros. However, the business climate can still be described as rather challenging. While there are sectors open to foreign investments, restriction to invest in sensitive sectors still apply. Also, the country's development has been slower than in other Southeast Asian markets, with trade and foreign investments concentrating on labor-intensive sectors such as machinery, appliances, transport equipment, and textile. On a positive note, the business climate is clearly changing and opening up towards internationalization as Myanmar is entering a new era of modernization. Foreign investors that wish to carry out business activities in Myanmar can incorporate a foreign-owned limited liability company, register a branch of a foreign company, operate as a sole proprietor, or establish a partnership. In that regard, we can conclude that more and more business opportunities for European entities arise.
These are indeed very useful information. And coming back to the protection of intellectual property rights in Myanmar, what are the main aspects European SMEs should bear in mind before engaging themselves with Myanmar markets?
There are considerable differences in comparison with other ASEAN countries. For example, copyrights from other countries are not recognized in Myanmar, and there are no procedures for registering for foreign copyrights in Myanmar, as well as there are presently no law in operation on patents and industrial designs, although a draft law which was issued in 2015 is pending approval. Another draft law has also been issued for trademark protection. On a positive note, the draft laws include IP protection for both domestic and foreign IP owners, and the IP enforcement will be implemented under the jurisdiction of IP courts, which shall then be created. Currently, Myanmar's trademark regime is the most accessible and reliable for IP protection, allowing recording of marks under the Registration Act. Yet again, there are no specific laws for draft laws available for protecting geographical indications and trade secrets.
Nevertheless, hopefully we will see these legislative IP improvements taking effect very soon.
Indeed, these changes will significantly improve the business opportunities for EU SMEs in Myanmar.
Mrs. Chan, is there anything else you would like to question you SMEs on?
Actually, yes. I would like to draw your attention to protection of brands in Myanmar. There is no trademark registration legislation in Myanmar. A company may acquire a right of property in a mark if it can prove that the mark, indicating goods made by a particular manufacturer or sold to a particular merchant. A person or entity purporting to be the trademark owner can make a declaration of ownership. Declarations of ownership is inexpensive and valid for 3 years from the date of registration. although it may be renewed by re-registering a declaration and republishing a cautionary notice. SMEs are strongly recommended to pursue this avenue while doing business in Myanmar.
A very useful piece of information and advice, of course, for European SMEs. And with this, we shall actually wrap up our interview. Thank you very much, Mrs. Chan, for sharing your thoughts and these valuable IP insights with us.
Thank you for having me.
This video was brought to you by the Southeast Asia IPR SME Helpdesk. As a project co-founded by the European Union, we invite you to visit our website www.ipr-hub.eu, where many interactive learning tools related to cross-cutting and industry-specific IP matters are available free of charge for European SMEs. See you soon in another video. Bye!